Power isn't found in loud voices, expensive suits, or empty displays of wealth. True power belongs to the one who can remain calm when others lose control, to the one who sees 10 steps ahead while the rest stumble blindly through the present. The Stoics knew that life is not about dominating others, but about mastering the self. And once you master yourself, no one can deceive, manipulate, or defeat you. These are the rules that separate the strong from the weak, the leader from the follower, and the wise from the foolish. The beginning of all power is not in commanding the world but in conquering your own mind. A person who cannot control his anger, his fear, or his desires will always be enslaved, no matter how much money or status he holds. The Stoics taught that the battlefield of life is not out there, but within. Every insult, every betrayal, every unexpected blow is a test of whether you rule yourself, or whether the world rules you. The one who seeks power must first become untouchable. When provoked, he does not react in haste. When tempted, he does not fall into weakness. His strength lies in restraint, and his silence strikes more deeply than 1,000 words. This is the first rule of absolute power, mastery of self. Without it, every other rule collapses. A king without discipline is just a slave dressed in gold. And so, the journey begins, not with controlling others, but with building an empire inside yourself. But once the self is mastered, how does one begin to outthink others in the world? The second rule will show how perception becomes the sharpest weapon. Once you have conquered yourself, the world outside becomes easier to read. Most people stumble not because life is cruel, but because their perception is clouded. They mistake shadows for threats, and temporary hardships for permanent defeat. The Stoics knew that the world is neither good nor bad, it simply is. Power belongs to the one who interprets events clearly, without the distortions of fear, ego, or desire. To outsmart others, you must see reality as it truly is, not as you wish it to be. While others complain, you observe. While others rush, you wait. While others react blindly, you calculate. This calm perception makes you unshakable, and people begin to sense that your vision reaches further than theirs. Perception is not just clarity, it is strategy. By observing what others ignore, you find leverage. By noticing the patterns in behavior, you predict actions before they occur. To those around you, it looks like intuition or luck. But in truth, it is simply disciplined perception. This is the second rule of absolute power: control your lens, and you control the game. For when others are blinded by emotion, you will already know where to strike, or when to remain silent. But seeing is not enough. To truly outsmart others, you must move with precision. The third rule reveals how timing turns patience into unstoppable force. Knowledge without timing is wasted. Even the sharpest sword, if swung too early or too late, cuts nothing. The Stoics understood that power is not only about what you do, but when you do it. A wise person learns to wait, to endure, and to hold back until the exact moment when action carries the greatest weight. Most people are slaves to impatience. They rush to speak before thinking, act before planning, and demand results before the time is right. Their haste exposes their weakness. The powerful, on the other hand, remain still while the world grows restless. They know that silence and patience are weapons sharper than steel. When you master timing, you let others waste their energy. You let them make mistakes, reveal their intentions, and expose their weaknesses. Then, with one calculated move, you shift the balance entirely. What seemed like inaction was in fact preparation. What seemed like hesitation was wisdom. This is the third rule of absolute power: patience transforms into strength, and precision becomes victory. To outsmart anyone, you must know not only how to move, but when to move. Yet even perfect timing is useless if your mind is scattered. The fourth rule shows why focus, the ability to direct all energy toward what truly matters, is the ultimate weapon of the Stoic. A mind divided is a mind defeated. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, but because their attention is scattered across 1,000 distractions. They chase pleasure, validation, and noise, while their true purpose slips away. The Stoics knew that power demands focus, the ability to ignore the trivial, to resist the unnecessary, and to channel every ounce of energy toward what truly matters. Focus sharpens perception and strengthens timing. It turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The one who concentrates fully on a single path cannot be defeated, for while others waste their strength on many battles, he pours his into one decisive war. This relentless attention is what makes great men unstoppable and ordinary men forgettable. Distraction is the weapon of the weak. But focus, unyielding, disciplined focus, is the crown of the powerful. It allows you to see the world with clarity, act with precision, and rise above the noise that enslaves the masses. This is the fourth rule of absolute power, the art of unwavering concentration. With self-mastery, clear perception, perfect timing, and relentless focus, you already hold the tools to outsmart anyone. For true power is not in controlling others, but in becoming so strong within yourself that no one else's actions can weaken you. And so, the Stoics remind us, the one who rules himself rules the world. Master these rules, and you will no longer chase power, you will become it. If this wisdom moved you, honor it with action, like the video, share it with those who seek strength, and subscribe to Stoic Hustle to keep sharpening your mind and mastering your life.